This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Where the people at? Where the people at? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get some people in here and let's talk about this. Let's talk about this situation. Man, it's crazy though. It's crazy to see that King Earner is doing this video on Max B. Let's get some people in here and let's talk about the situation. Ask Benzino. I don't really have a line to Benzino at the current time. I got more of a line to Dave Mays. I was more cool with Dave Mays at Hip Hop Weekly magazine. Let's get some more people in here, though. What's going on? We got to talk about Max B. I know a lot of people are wondering about Max B right now. Let's talk about Max B. Let's break this whole situation down because now people are crying wolf. A decade later, a decade plus later, we got people crying wolf. Maybe tonight's not the night. Maybe tonight's not the night. Maybe I just got to go head out for the night, blaze this right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some people in here tonight. Let's talk, though, guys, because I want to clear up rap music, what's popping. I want to talk about this whole Max B situation. You know what I mean? People taking interviews with anybody. People are taking interviews with anybody just so they can talk about Max B. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? People are doing anything for 5,000 views on the internet. Wingate met with authorities and directed officers into Sim and Conway's whereabouts. Amir, why don't you go start your own page? You know what I mean? And you can get on that reporting. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. I'm wondering if you were a fan of Max B in 2009, in 2008, in 2007. You know what I mean? When it mattered to be a fan of Max B, when you could really get familiar with who Max B was. You want to talk about articles about Max B in Hip Hop Weekly magazine? I have done articles with Max B in Hip Hop Weekly magazine. I've done a 3-page article on Max B and Hip Hop Weekly. So I don't need to pick up any article or any magazine of Hip Hop Weekly. I am very familiar with Max B articles. That's why I'm on here speaking about this. Do not. They are clout chasing Max B. They are seriously clout chasing Max B right now. Everybody out there wants to get a couple views. You know what I mean? You saw what happened earlier last week when Girly TV tried to come on and, you know what I mean, discredit Max B. He ended up taking it back. He ended up taking his statements back about Max B. He ended up deciding against reporting Pooh Sim's story. You know what I mean? Back in the day when I got an interview with Max B in 2011, 2 years removed from his conviction, there was no thought of ever getting an interview with Pooh Sims. I don't even remember him being known as Pooh Sims. How about the new Leak Moss mixtape? What do you think about that? Definition is Sturdy. Definitely a dope EP from Leak Moss. Actually, he's got a standout track on there with China Mac that I think it's an amazing video. Y'all should go check that out. It's called The Hard Way, Leak Moss featuring China Mac. Yeah, Girly TV. Girly TV took his statements back on Max B. And, I would never jump on here and discredit King Earner because he's one of the most solid dudes. He's one of the most solid dudes. And y'all can scream cap this for if King Earner snatches my honor, and then you could say, oh, Mikey T, but you said he was a solid dude. That's because I met King Earner face-to-face at the Hard Way music video shoot with Leak Moss and China Mac. I met King Earner face-to-face. He jumped on my camera. We spoke. He told me, Mikey T, you are real. You are a real one, Mikey T. You came to North Philly when others wouldn't come to North Philly. And that's why I have a tremendous amount of respect for King Earner. You know what I mean? So when I was just doing a live and a lot of people said, oh, my God, Mikey T, King Earner just snatched the honor of Max B, I had to jump off the live. I had to go do a little bit of digging. I had to see what was up. And King Earner actually did do an interview with Pooh Sims. Mikey T, your honor is snatched. Get over here. Yeah, that's how it's gonna go for real. You know what I mean? So, yo, but honestly, man, like I got a lot of respect for those guys. Arab, Dark Low, you know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for those guys. Um Mac Wavy said you ain't seen no Max B paperwork because there is none. Um Carlos, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, y'all. The situation is kind of crazy right now. The situation is kind of crazy because they're bringing up an old story about Max B. And you guys know if you watched my videos over the last few days or the last few weeks, I should say, um, I came to a realization about the Max B case from all the reporting that's been going on. Back in the day when I first looked into the Max B case and did an interview with him, I didn't see what I see today, you guys. CT's Loso, stick in, listen to what I'm saying right now. I didn't see what I saw in the last few weeks, you guys, because the case is pretty interesting. The girl, Max B's girlfriend, girl named Gina, who got 18 years for this whole situation, believe she's out of jail now. She came from the Carolinas, one of the two, north or south. She linked up with Max B. The police eventually went to talk to her parents and they said, "Where is she? Where is she? She's not from New York or New Jersey, whichever it was. She's from here." They said, "Oh, she ran off with Max B." Max B probably was touring with Jim Jones in the Carolinas. And I'm breaking down this story for real to you. I'm breaking it the real way that somebody who was in jail and didn't really get to see it play out firsthand could break it down to you guys. Because I saw the story break down firsthand. You know what I mean? When Max B came home from jail from that 7-year stint that he got for another charge, and now he got locked up for a very similar charge. It was almost like the same charge, except with a couple extra added things to it, you guys. Lord Bigga says, regardless of what they are saying, when Max B comes home, he's gonna blow up nationally this time. He's also gonna help boost French Montana's music for a second time. Well, Lord, we could say boost French Montana's music for a third time because French Montana has had a couple amazing runs at this point, from the first Pop That run to the second run with Unforgettable. Like, come on, Montana's run is crazy right now. Okay, Amir, I appreciate you for tuning in. Have a good night. So, anyways, rap music. If you're tuning out, appreciate you for tuning in. So anyways, guys, where was I with the story? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got 90 people in here, 90 of the realest people. I appreciate you all watching my channel tonight. It's Mikey T, the movie star. Everyone that's watching, if you guys follow me on the gram, Mikey T _ the movie star, I will follow you back immediately. Today we're talking about Max B and his brother. That's right. Here I was. Max B actually got out of jail, and then he got into a case that was like literally identical except with worse ramifications, a worse outcome from what they were doing, from what was being done. And I think you all know what I'm talking about. So, it would be pretty easy to say, like, it's cut and dry, like, okay, he did it, you know what I mean? Anybody would have said that back in the day. But looking at the situation now, the way that Max B got questioned by the police, when he was actually, the story is that Max B was on his way to go to the studio with Jim. But, in typical rapper fashion, they're always taking long. Maybe he was waiting on some loud. Maybe he was eating some food. Maybe he was talking to some girls on MySpace back in. Anything like that could have been happening times 10. You know what I mean? To be slowing him up an hour to get to the studio. So what happened was, as when this usually will happen, when you're taking a little bit of extra time and you're off your game, that's when the police are going to roll up and they're going to catch you because you're off your move. And they're like, "Hey, Max, we've actually been looking to talk to you because we actually went and talked to this girl Gina's parents in the Carolinas, and she told us that their daughter ran off with you. What's going on? Where is she at?" What happened? How did you two meet? Max is like, what? Max got, and I'm just thinking about this, guys, and I want you all to follow me. This girl probably was running around with Max V for a few months. You know what I mean? He was probably, he was like, yo, baby, come up with me for sure. You can come up with me for sure and chill out at the hotels that I'd be getting, and you could just be there to chill with me on and off. Right? Let's get 100 people in here, y'all. Let's get 100 people up in here. Share this video, you guys. Let's get 100 people up in here. So Max let this girl come off with him. You know what I mean? Hang out with him. Hit that like button too, y'all. 95 people in here, 6 likes. Hit that like button. So Max B let this girl come with him, but then, and you know how it is when you be getting a girl that you're only going to hang out with for 2 weeks to a couple months, she's gone after a while. Max B did what he was going to do and he moved on. But if you get this girl who comes up from the Carolinas and she's in New York now or New Jersey, she's going to be turned out by the lifestyle. Who knows what would have happened? I think she might have become a stripper. She could have been turned out by loving the exotic lifestyle, the smoke and the popping, you know what I mean? This and that. 105 people in here. It's love, y'all. I respect everybody tuning in. We're talking about the Max B situation right now, about his girlfriend, Gina, his ex-girlfriend, Gina. And looking at the situation now, 10 years in retrospect, I got a feeling that Max B is innocent, you guys. Max said it right there. Gina was with, everybody just read Mac Wavy's comment, and then you could look at Mr. Taylor's comment. It's you could read between the lines and see that. You know what I mean? So Max obviously wasn't going to stay with her for long. And guys, this is what made me realize Max was innocent. The cops came to Max when he was doing his thing, when he was just going to record a record, probably after he had recorded Ballin' with Jim. And now he's excited about going to the studio now. So he's like, I got to go do a record with Jim. Cops show up. Yo, Max, what's going on? Where's this girl, Gina Conway? Where's Gina Conway? We know you was with her. We know you brought her up here from the Carolinas. Where is she at? Max, at this point, who didn't, you know what I mean, want to spend his money on her necessarily. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you guys know how it gets with the ladies. You're like, yo, man, I spent enough on her. I spent $20 enough on her. We can chill out for a second. So Max is like, yo, I don't know where this girl is at, but she'd be over there. Get off my back. She'd be over in those projects, in the 105 projects, the 80s, the 40s, whatever Max said. He was saying to get the police off of his back. You understand what I'm saying? So at this point in time, Max B just came home. You know what I mean? Max B had just come home and he was on probation. Let's be honest. He was either on probation or parole. So at any point, the police could roll up on him and talk to him and question him. Or they could say, Max B, you're going to meet us here. Max B, where can we meet you to have a conversation? Do you guys see what I'm saying? Max B had come home after about 7-8 years on a charge that he was supposed to do like 24. So he was obviously on probation or parole, whichever it is. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the real details of the story, you guys. Max B was able to be called by the police at any point for questioning. That's the truth behind the matter. Yeah, he's been innocent, but he had a messed up lawyer too. Max B had a messed up lawyer too. You know, a lot of people they clown Max B over that, or a lot of people just be like, come on, Max. And you know, French wasn't in a position like he is now back then to where they could have really put the money up for the lawyer. You know what I mean? They $10,000, like you saw what Max would have rather spent $10,000 on. Max would have rather wore a $300 Scully, a $600 belt, and a $1,000 pair of shoes, and have $7,500 in his pocket with a bottle of Grand Cru. You know what I'm saying, guys? I know the outfit. I know what was going on with the situation. I don't just get on here and talk about stuff that I don't know because I was fantasizing about it while I was in jail, like girly TV. Yeah, Max messed up on his lawyer. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And also, Max B was offered a 10-year plea deal, you guys. You know what I mean? If he would have took the 10-year plea deal in 2009, he technically would be home right now. He was buying belts and glasses instead of a better lawyer. Wandre, ow. Ow. Sorry. Yeah, appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight, man. I just wanted to jump on here and I wanted to talk Max B. I wanted to talk about this whole situation because everybody's talking about it right now, especially with King Earner doing an exclusive interview with Pooh Sims. Pooh Sims was actually looking for a credible source to release his information. I don't discount King Earner even though I know King Earner probably won't get this far in the video to see that I don't discount what he's doing. You know what I mean? I don't discredit King Earner for doing an exclusive with Pooh Sims. You know what I mean? Just like I didn't try to go hard on Gully TV when he was, going through it with Dark Low. You know what I mean? I'm not on that East Coast, that typical East Coast wave, that 50 Cent G Unit wave where if you're friends with my enemies, I don't want nothing to do with you. That is one thing that destroyed the East Coast right there. That mentality is trash. That's not a mentality that they have in the West Coast. It's not a mentality that they have in Atlanta or Miami. You know what I mean? Walk in the club in Miami with 20 people if you with Flo Rida. You know what I'm saying? You're in a nightclub. You could be in a nightclub with Jamie Foxx. You could be in a nightclub with Hulk Hogan. You'll never experience that here in Connecticut or even in New York. The culture is so shut off in New York. Max B was Grand Crew wavy. That is 100% facts. Who in the chat has actually drank Grand Crew? Rat. No, Max B is no rat. Max B is no rat. That's big facts. That Max B is no rat. And that's why I think he's innocent, you guys. Because they came and they questioned him about Gina, and he's like, yo, I don't know where she is, but she's been blowing up my phone like crazy. And let's look at the real situation here, guys. Let me break down the reality of this situation. Oh, I just never had Grand Cru. I was wondering if anybody in the chat could actually tell me how Grand Cru tastes. But guys, I wanna say this. This actually just hit me. I hope I can remember it because I've been on that do-si-do all day. This actually just hit me about Max B's case. Nope, I lost it. But he's innocent. That's the fundamentals of the case, is that he's actually innocent. Oh, here it is. Guys, here's the fundamental of the case. So Max B cut Gina off, right? What does a girl do? I'm back, baby. What does a girl do when a guy cuts her off? She tries to do everything to make herself look good to that guy. She tries to bring so many different opportunities to that guy. What did Gina do? If a judge could really consider this case, a judge should really be able to break down this case. A judge goes to school for what, 10 years? A judge goes to school for 10 years. He should be able to break this down. So Gina Conway, dating Max B, scorned, spiteful, broken up with. What does she do? When she gets all these licks, she's looking for a lick to bring to her, to bring to Max B, to bring to daddy, if you will. She's looking for a lick, right? And she finds a lick with these guys and she brings it to Max. If that was even the case, she is the mastermind of that situation. How is Max B the mastermind of that situation? She's the mastermind. That's the one who should really be facing the serious charges. A judge should be able to break that down in his head. He's been in school for so long. So, guys, I think Max is innocent, to be honest with you. I think Gina is just involving his name so she could have had a scapegoat. But if it's really true, you got to look at the situation with the girl. The girl's the one who brought all this to the table. And I don't think Max B snitched because I don't think he even knew what happened. He didn't know what happened. The cops were looking for Gina. He didn't know why they were looking for her. It could have been as simple for anything. It could have been or it could have been something serious. You know what I mean? It could have been a very simple thing, like a fight at the strip club that Max B just didn't want to bother himself with, or it could have been something serious. Either way, Max B wanted it out of his hair. Max B was an artist that was creating records like Ballin'. He doesn't need to be dealing with some hood rat. You understand? Um, Stick Flare, it was good. It was good having you in here, dude. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for knowing Mikey T, the movie star. But you're out of here, bro. When he's going to jump on the chat and call us, everyone in here, a bunch of goofy Max B fans. Nah, we are real supporters of the wave. You know what I mean? So let's get to the point of Jim Jones actually telling Max B. He told Max, he was like, yo, Max, don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the cops whatsoever. Tell them to talk to your lawyer. That's what Jim Jones' understanding of it. Jim Jones is $1 million artist. Jim Jones was a multi-million-dollar artist in reality after releasing Ballin'. You know what I mean? The sponsorships and all that just from that record. You know what I mean? He was a $1 million man at that point. Jermaine, so do you think King Erner is gonna snatch my honor after this video? Because he's not gonna really know that I, actually don't feel any type of way about him interviewing Max B's brother. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to get to this point. He's not going to get, but it's whatever. If he snatches my honor, I would appreciate that. You know what I mean? So more people can actually hear about Mikey T, the movie star, and they can all come on my channel and they can see like the dope interviews that I've done with Dark Low and the dope interviews that I've done with Benny the Butcher and Hot Boy Turk and Kid Kid. You know what I mean? That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see people see the work that I've done. You know what I mean? Because I feel like my work can't be matched, to be 100% honest with you guys. Yeah, Max B is definitely coming home, you guys. They're saying 2025. They're saying Max B is coming home in 2025. Do you guys think the wave can live if he comes home in 2025? Or do you think that's too long? Can we get some answers in the chat? A real Philly OG. Were you not just listening to what I said? Max B obviously didn't set it up. These guys were clients of Gina's. She set it up. Gina met these guys on the block or in the strip club or off of one of these websites that girls use. And Gina set it up. She brought the lick to Max B. Why is a judge who goes to school for a damn near a decade not able to decipher that and break that down and see where the real she wanted to give Max B money more than anything, which is like she was sick. You know what I mean? She was like obsessed. Dwayne, are you talking about Max B's album that he did or the mixtape? I just joined your channel last week from Scotland. I'm going to go watch some of your content. Gary Smith, I appreciate that, man. Check out a couple of my last interviews with Dark Low. I got a 35-minute one out, and I got a 24-minute one out. Give it up to the wave. Mac said, you're funny. Juan, we going to surf. The wave can live in this day. You're right, Jermaine. You're right. I think if Max B comes home in the next few years, some people are saying 2021, you guys. And that would be amazing if Max B could come home in 2021. That would put him at, what would that put him at? I think that would put him at 12 years behind bars. And shoot, am I mistaken, you guys? But didn't Max B say it was 75 to 20 to 12? Isn't that what he said in the record? Yeah, Gary, leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the interviews, man. There's a lot of different content on there. There's a lot of different content on there. And you can also find a throwback. You can also find a throwback to my interview with Max B if you're interested. What do we got going on here? Oh. Aldo Mar, salute for tapping in. Devin Clay, thanks for tapping in. You're damn right Max B didn't rap. You're damn right Max B didn't rat. Max B certainly didn't rat, but I'm not going to discredit King Earner for having Pooh Sims on his channel. I heard Pooh Sims actually saying that he wanted to find a credible channel to, you know, drop the material on after Girly TV dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Because Girly TV faced so much backlash when he tried to jump on the scene and put out all that Max B diss, all the Max B, you know what I mean? Snitching rumors. So much backlash because the wave is so strong, you guys. Yeah, you're right, Aldo. Folks need to do their research. Top Shotter says, "Do I think Jim Jones snitched?" Um, Snitched about what? Jim Jones is a cool dude. I've met Jim Jones in person, actually. I had to let Jim Jones know how real Connecticut was. Yeah, yeah. If y'all want the story about how I met Jim Jones, we got 117 people in here. I want 50 likes. We got 26 likes. If we can get it up to 50 likes, I'll tell you about how I told Jim Jones Connecticut was gangster. I had to let him know, you guys. I had to let Jim Jones know how we carry it in Connecticut. I'll let you know where we was. I'll let you know what we ended up doing. I'll let you know how Jim Jones responded to me. Um, you meeting him doesn't mean no. I'm just saying. In what instance is Jim, up for being a rat? You know what I mean? In what instance is Jim Jones up for being a rat? From what I remember, somebody tried to rat on Jim Jones recently. Bridgeport, yep, sit down. I appreciate you tapping in again, man. We got a good chat going on tonight. Anybody in the chat room want to actually hit me with a question? If you guys want to hit me with a question, I'm here. I don't think Max B is 45 right now. Do not. I don't think Max B is 45 right now. Yeah, Bridgeport do get down. Ronell was popping. Houdini, thank you for showing up to the chat. Thank you for showing up on the channel. But you are disconnected, my friend. I am not saying he is, but I am saying you said you met him and he's cool. A lot of dudes. Yeah, Khalil, everybody can think what they want to think, you know what I mean? But I don't think Jim Jones even was in a situation where the ratting thing was thrown on him. How do I feel about King Earner? King Earner is the homie. When I went to Philly, King Earner jumped on my camera, respected me, gave me a classic little piece. You know what I mean? I respected the hell out of that because that was my first time meeting Earner. You know what I mean? And it was like Earner, I didn't expect him to jump on my camera and start talking all that stuff that he talked. You know what I mean? And start bigging up in me for coming to North Philly. You know what I mean? But I think he was kind of shocked to see me out there. You know what I mean? Because I never met King Earner on all of my trips to Philly. And I really wanted to. After seeing who he is and seeing who he became on the internet, like the guy has got a movement that he should be proud of. You know what I mean? He actually told me about some of the experiences that he had in the game where he was being brought on to different panels to do podcasts. And I hope he doesn't just see this video and think, oh, Mikey T's hating Mikey T, because I got a lot of respect for him. You know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for him coming into the game as quickly as he did. Kind of reminds me a little bit of how Tack Stone came into the game and really started flourishing, you know what I mean? And really started grabbing everybody's attention. Me, it wasn't so easy. It wasn't so easy for me to, even though my first interview went on World Star and my second interview went on World Star. Yeah, Mac, hit me on the gram tomorrow. Oh, you want to talk about Max B? All right, that's what's up. Desesh, what's popping, man? I appreciate you for tapping in. Ronell says, I feel / hear all that, but he's slandering folks out here with no proof. Who is that slandering? Oh, King Earner. King Earner actually did the interview with Pooh Sims. It's not like King Earner just came on and started talking jazz about Max B. Oil Band says Max B is a real one. Guys, everyone in the chat, if anybody in the chat would like to donate to my channel, I would appreciate it. Anybody watching here, if you would donate to the channel, it would be really appreciated. The best way to donate is Cash App. If anybody could donate by Cash App, it's Mikey T Movie. I'm putting that in the chat for everybody to see. If anybody's interested in knowing maybe what movie I was in, I know there's a lot of people who say, Mikey T, why is your name Mikey T, the movie star? Like, you're not in any movies. The whole thing about it is my brother, Jeremiah Kipp, is a director. My brother is a director. He's got a new horror film coming out. That's right, a new horror film. It's called Slapface. It was actually a short film, and then the executive producer, one of the executive producers from the mega horror movie The Grudge, came to my brother and said, "Hey, we want to do a major film adaptation of your short film Slapface." So here's the page on IMDb. The movie's going to be coming out, I want to say in 2021. It might drop the end of this year. It's definitely going to be on Netflix. We're trying to get in movie theaters as well. Like I said, we've actually got one of the executive producers from The Grudge, and I'm sure a lot of you know what The Grudge is. He's actually executive producing my brother Jerry's film, Jeremiah Kipp, Slapface. That's right, you guys. Just telling you all that. The feds got phone convos of Jim Jones telling Treyway to violate. Yup. Oh, man, no, they got enough. They got enough information on Treyway then to go after Jim Jones. I don't think that's a connection to Jim Jones being a rat at all, you guys. That whole Treyway thing, nah, I don't think they had enough to really go after Jim Jones. It was mostly like, first of all, the term, you can't really actually say what that term really means. I'm proud of all y'all podcasters. Get your money. Thanks, a real Philly OG. I appreciate that. Wandre, appreciate you for tapping in. Khalil, never enough information. That's why I'm here, man. The triangle. Was Max B at that motel room? The triangle. I want to be honest with you, man. I don't think Max B had anything to do with that whatsoever. I think his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend was using him as a scapegoat. I think she was using him as a scapegoat once everything went wrong. Why? Because throw it on the gangster rapper with all the celebrity. You know what I mean? It's kind of simple. You know what I mean? It kind of wrote itself. Max B was at the point in his career where he had used up all the money that Jim Jones gave him, and all of that money. Max B was so invested and so used to that lifestyle from that Dipset money that when he got all that feature money and that show money, rather than put it into a lawyer, that's why he invested into the bottles of liquor and the club nights and the fancy belts and the fancy hats and the dope shirts and the $1,000 jeans, you know what I mean? And the $100 socks. I threw that $100 socks one in there because I mean, my socks are $20, so Max B's socks definitely had to be $100, right, guys? And the sour diesel. But I mean, if Max B was getting it right, it was probably only like 250 and 0 for the sour. Am I wrong on that, you guys? Because I mean, I get some pretty good sour for 250 and 0. Yeah, Jamal, you're right. Darklo didn't snitch on nobody. Darklo had to take that charge because he wasn't going to let anybody else in his household take that charge. Like, that's a difference. Darklo didn't get in there and say nothing about anybody involved with the federal indictment. First of all, that didn't have anything to do with Darklo. Arab's case, nothing to do with Darklo. They have nothing to do with one another besides the fact that Darklo knew Taz. And he took it amongst himself to write Taz a letter. If I would have been able to tell Darklo not to write the letter, would I have? Would it have mattered? I don't know. I don't think it would have mattered. I think Darklo felt such a way. Like anybody in the chat, anybody watching this video, if you had a really close friend who you looked at as a brother, who you put in contact with other family members and made sure he had a place to sleep, eat, money in his pocket, if that guy rats on your whole team of your friends that you're making a music career with, I think you would be pretty damn mad too if we're looking at the real situation. Yep. Real Philly OG understands that one about Dark Low. What's up with Fendi? Say you food though. Yo, oil bands, what are you talking about? I know Fendi. What are you talking about? I know Fendi. One time I met Fendi and he told me that my grind for doing interviews is unlike any other that he's ever seen. When he saw me interview Yo Gotti, he told me, he's like, damn, I didn't know they were doing interviews like that. Like, yo, you got to understand who you're looking at right now. I'm probably the hottest interview. I'm probably the hottest interview on the net right now, bar none. I probably give the hottest interview, and I'm talking Elliott Wilson. I'm talking Elliott Wilson. I'm talking Adam. Definitely Adam 22. That's the big bruh. That's the unk. But kind of like my bro. I kind of like big bro. We're kind of like probably the same age. He's like 4 years older than me. Yo, Cardigan. That's what's up. Appreciate you for tapping in. Mikey T, they blackball you. Had too much footage. Yeah, I have too much footage. I can't. Yo, but what are you talking about, oil bands? Findy's saying anything about me. Findy has told me to my face what he thinks about me. We've had Findy to our nightclub in Connecticut on a couple of occasions. So I'd like to know what you're talking about. I've been to Yo Gotti's album release party for I Am. His album on Epic Records with Young Jeezy on the single. Yeah. And I met Findy, and I was in a room with Yo Gotti, and Findy watched me work, and he saw the future of what the game is. You know what I mean? It went from the DVDs to this online era, and I was ready for that. Appreciate everybody tapping in, though. So oil bands. Oh, that was 15 years ago? You're hilarious. What did Findy say about me 15 years ago? Mikey T, you was before your time, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate you saying that, man. This game is really dope. I love this game, to be honest with you. It was before my time in 2011 when I was able to secure that interview with Max B. You know what I mean? That was really by the grace of God when I was able to get and do that interview with Max B. Okay, Oil. My bad, bro. Yo, Findy's a good dude. Findy's a good dude. Yeah, I really wish Findy would have done a deal with me though. I really thought me and Findy were gonna get some paper together, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I really thought Findy and I were gonna get some paper together. French Montana actually told me on the phone that if he wished he would have signed me back in the day. That was crazy to hear French Montana say that. You know what I mean? Yeah, Carlos, I was really shocked when I saw King Erner actually doing that exclusive with Pooh Sims. And I was shocked when I was doing a live video and everyone jumped into the live and said, yo, Mikey T, King Erner just snatched Max B's honor. Like, I was taken back. I was like, no. I was like, no, bullshit. I was like, nah, not my homie Max B. You know what I mean? But then it hit me that Pooh Sims was actually looking for a credible source to promote, what he's been trying to do for the last few years, obviously, as a lot of you say. You know what I mean? Because obviously nobody out there was going to take the other side against Max B because everybody loves Max B so much. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? Everybody loves Max B so much that obviously nobody was going to take the other side and do any reporting that would be negative about Max B. So when I saw Pooh Sims saying that he was going to find another source other than Girly TV to actually promote his material, I didn't know where he was going to take it, you guys. Like, I didn't really know who was going to touch it. But to see King Erner touch it, to see King Erner do it, I was kind of shocked, but also like, you know what? Pooh Sims wanted to find the proper outlet. King Erner has one of the most defining outlets on the internet, if we're in all honesty. It's like you can be in a chat and then somebody will come in the chat and say, King Erner just snatched your honor, and everybody will immediately know what that means. So that just shows you how dope his channel is and how dope his movement is. But like I was saying, hopefully King Erner doesn't snatch my honor over this. But if he does, you know what? I mean, everybody can come over and see my interviews. Everybody can take a look at me and see that my honor really wasn't worth being snatched because nothing less than honorable, you guys. Like, I'm not doing this for any special points in the industry. I'm doing this because I had a relationship with Dark Low. I had a relationship with AR Rab. I'm jumping on here and talking about Max B because at a point in time, I did an interview with Max B. That was probably the biggest interview of the year. It ended up in magazines. It ended up on albums. You know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for Max B. And now I really feel that he was innocent. So it's unfortunate that he's had to spend the last decade in jail, you guys. Appreciate you, Carlos. Anthony said he's going to throw my stuff to the moon. That's hilarious. Yeah, but I just would be like, I would just be thrown back if King Erner said anything about me, because when we met in person, he had a lot of great things to say. When I was in Philly, he made me feel like I was at home in Philly. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that have shown me respect in Philly that have made me feel like Philly is a second home to me. Gilly the Kid, Arab, Dark Low, all these guys. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys. Real men out in Philly, you guys. Yeah, Max B had some great music. Khalil said he be taken off for Wayne Perry because he but another. I don't know what you're saying, Khalil, my bad. Yo, Mikey T, check out my webisode, beloved. All right, Cardigan, send me the webisode in my Instagram. Everybody that's watching this, I want you guys to follow me on the gram. If you're not already, I mean, a lot of you guys are probably already following me on Instagram. If you're not, follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna follow you back. I'm gonna follow you guys back immediately, guys. It's no Hollywood. It's no Hollywood shit on my end. Did Beanie Siegel really beat up Gilly the Kid back in the day? Didn't you see that on Gilly the Kid's $1 Million Worth of Game episode? Gilly actually addressed that. He said that they actually got into a little scuffle, but nobody got hit. Can I Live by YouTube? That's what's up. That's your web series. Connected like Wi-Fi. Gilly the Kid undefeated. Ow. Yeah, guys, we're in here. We're wavy on this live tonight, you guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all got to go check out the joint, though. I feel like y'all sleeping on my new joint with JoJo Capone exposing Girly TV. JoJo Capone renamed Gully TV to Girly TV, you guys. Like, y'all ain't checking that out? Y'all is sleeping on me today? Why is y'all sleeping on Mondays? We is popping every single day of the week, y'all. The wavy Mikey T. What's your IG? My IG is Mikey T _ the movie star. Interview with Dame Grease. Dame Grease keeps ducking me, man. Dame Grease keeps ducking me. I don't know why Dame Grease keeps ducking me. Some people out there, they just don't want to do interviews like that. You know what I mean? I think Grease maybe feels like people just ask him the same questions all the time. But he just did a dope featurette, a dope documentary on BET. Oil Bands. You should go check out my interview with Arsonist from the Heatmakers. Classic. 45-minute interview. Classic interview with Arsonist from the Heatmakers. Oil Bands, I'm not going to call you on the phone. Shoot me a Cash App, though, man. Cash App Mikey T Movie. And we could get on the joint, you know what I mean? Show me that you really support the channel. Girly TV needs to stop using that cheap camera. Yeah, I paid when I was working hard with the camera, I had the Canon 7D. You guys. And then after that, I got another camera for $2,500. I never sold myself short when it comes to this. I always went out there to get the best quality for y'all. You know what I mean? I always went out there to get the best quality because I wanted my interviews to have the best quality to them. But honestly, guys, with everything that's going on, I'm really loving the Zoom interviews. Right now, I'm actually doing Zoom interviews for independent artists for $300. I'm using it to connect with people all over the United States. I've actually got a new sponsor. It's a magazine called Ooey Magazine, you guys. If anybody out there is a rising artist, or if you have a friend or a family member locked up, I implore you guys to tap in with this magazine because it's actually it's available in the jails as well, y'all. It's Ooey Magazine. I'm gonna put the Instagram up. If you guys follow Ooey Magazine on Instagram, the owner will be following you back for sure. You can get right in contact with him for business and get yourself set up for a subscription with Ooey Magazine. If you want to jump in there and get an actual feature in a print magazine, or if you want to get a subscription for a friend or a family member locked up, contact them, man. Contact them. Mike777 says, "You're one of the best content providers out here, bro. Sick of these people hating on you." I appreciate that, Mike. Have you checked out my new interview with Kid that I dropped today? Kid actually spoke on a young buck wanting him in G Unit South. Geo James says, "Yes, I was about to ask for that. Thanks, my brother. My son doing Fed time." Yo, Geo James, appreciate that, man. Tap in with Ooey Magazine. Tap in with Ooey Magazine. It's actually available in the jails, as I said, and it's a great new brand because you want to get at these brands when they're young, you guys. You want to get at these brands when you're actually able to talk to the owners of them. You know what I mean? It's the best chance that you're going to have when you get with somebody when they're young. Ron L. Sanders, Gully is a bird. Guys, it's not Gully TV. Jojo Capone said it, and I'm stamping it. It's Girly TV. Girly TV. Everyone in here, go check out my new exclusive. It's right on the page. Jojo Capone exposes Gully TV, renames him Girly TV. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. His name totally has worked against him. This guy is going to have to change his name. And you want to know what? Somebody messaged me and said, "Hey, Mikey T." Gully said, "Who is Mikey T?" It's no question of who Mikey T is. Mikey T has been here for 10 plus years providing interview content. Mikey T isn't the guy who went on YouTube and found other people's videos, cut and paste them, downloaded the MP4 and put it on my YouTube channel. I've always made my own original content, and I've prided myself on that, you guys, making my own original content. It's a movie. It's a movie making your own content, guys. I hope y'all just checked out the live with Rollo. It was dope speaking on Rollo too. You know what I mean? Because Rollo has really caught the short end of the stick with his situation. Rollo deserves a lot more than he's getting. But you know, they are putting a lot of money into his case. That's evident because he's getting court dates every single month where they're fighting for his freedom. Hit that like button, y'all. All right, Joe. I'll get back to you on the gram, man. I'll get back to you on the gram for sure. Bob, what interview you talking about? The Kid joint? Yeah, Mike, I appreciate you for pulling up. Appreciate you for pulling up. Guys, I'm about to get out of here for the night, though. You know, I got to go do a couple things before I call it a night. I appreciate everybody for tapping in on this live, man. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on the internet right now. You know, I didn't jump on here to diss King Earner about him doing an interview with Pooh Sims. You got to respect a man trying to grow his brand on YouTube. I'm not going to discredit a man for doing interview content. You know what I mean? I didn't get on here and diss Gully TV for dissing Dark Low. You know what I mean? It's not what I do. I didn't even go interview Dark Low about Gully TV. Like, that's not my MO, you guys. When I go and interview people, we're talking about their music, we're talking about their career, we're talking about how they feel about things that are going on in hip hop. I'm not going to them to discredit other men like that. I would never try to take away from somebody's craft, but Gully TV did the opposite from that. He's trying to discredit my craft. Girly TV, excuse me. Girly TV wants no smoke with JoJo, just like he wanted no smoke with Darklow. Yo, Dwayne, was that a bar? Are you putting that in a rap? Because if not, I'm gonna use that for one of my raps. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna get on here tomorrow though and mess with y'all. Gonna have a couple dope new exclusives for y'all tomorrow. I got my new interview with Cassidy, a new piece of my interview with Cassidy coming. What else do we got? We got new exclusive from Fab Don coming. We got a new exclusive from Sen City coming. I was actually able to sit with Sen City a few days ago and we got an exclusive interview. It was dope to hear some of those Dipset stories that actually involved Lil Wayne. Yo, Mike77, man, I appreciate that for sure. You're a real one, man. You're a real one for that. Craig Martin, Free the Wave. Max B is a legend. Can you do a quick recap? Long story short. Craig Martin, what did you want me to do a quick recap of? Long story short, basically the whole video that I did today. Anybody out there, if you want to donate to the channel, the best way to donate is Mikey T Movie. Mikey T Movie. Cash App, Mikey T Movie. Yeah, Mike, you might have sent it to the wrong person, bro. I didn't get a notification. Spark, what's popping, man? Craig, you wanted yeah, Craig, my bad. You wanted a little recap of basically everything. So I jumped on here today because King Erner actually did an exclusive interview with Pooh Sims. Everybody know Pooh Sims as the stepbrother of Max B. He was involved with Max B's case, but we hadn't really heard a lot from Pooh Sims, being that he was the brother of Max B. He wasn't the famous one. Max B was the guy who was famous, but now all of a sudden Pooh Sims is all over the internet speaking his side of the story. Speaking his side of the story. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are speculating that Max B snitched. But that speculation was put to rest when Girly TV put out a couple pictures on his Instagram. And then it looks like, to me, it looks like he took him down. Pooh Sims went back to the drawing board. He realized that Girly TV wasn't really the best platform for what he was doing. He's got a platform that a lot of people discredit. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't believe his platform. So he went back to find another platform. And I was wondering where he would end up going. And Pooh Sims actually ended up doing an interview with King Erner. And here we are today. I'm not on here to discredit King Erner because I understand that you've got to build your YouTube channel however you can. You know what I mean? You got to build your YouTube channel the most proper way. And Erner has faced a couple different setbacks in his past. And I don't want to see him face any more setbacks. I want to see him thrive. I want to see him flourish. And, you know, he came on, he got the interview with Pooh Sims. I'm not going to discredit him for that. I don't do that. That's not what I do. But I did come on here and I told the story of what I believed to actually be the case. Because a lot of people are making points about Max B pointing the cops or the feds or the detectives, whatever they were. They're making a big issue about him pointing them in the direction of his ex-girlfriend. That's what this big case is over. And you guys, my theory or my thought process on this whole thing is that Max B was so far removed from this girl that when the cops came to him, he was just like, I don't know, she be in the 40 project, she be in 106, whatever he said where she was, he was just trying to get the cops out of his hair, just like he had previously been trying to get this girl Gina out of his hair. You guys know, and you're gonna have to go back and watch because I get really intricate with my detailing of this. You guys know how women are. You know what I mean? This girl came up from North Carolina. This girl came up from the Carolinas to be at Max B's side. At a certain point, Max B got sick of her and turned her away. But because she was there, she got caught up with the lifestyle. She got addicted to the lifestyle. Mike, you dropped 1,000 or 100? Mike, chill out, bro. You don't have to send a donation if you know what I mean? You don't need to play a game about it. You don't need to play a game about it, Mike. Like, I'm not here to joke around about it. I'm here to talk hip hop facts. So yeah, Craig, where are we at with it? Yeah, she was scorned, Craig. And I think, honestly, now looking back at the whole thing, I think that she really lied about the whole situation and said that Max B was involved. Yeah, Craig. I think Mike 777 is capping. Just to be 100% honest with you, like, you know what I mean. If he sent 1,000, I'd show the Cash App right now, but my Cash App didn't go up. Every other day, I used to. Yeah, Max B's got serious lyrics. Fly prolific, man. Appreciate you finally tuning in. Appreciate you finally tuning in, bro. Um, Yo, bottoms up. I don't think you understand who I am. Like, I don't think you understand what I come from. Like, you know how Drake had that song called Started from the Bottom? That's that that's my depiction. That's me. Started from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Goodbye though, man. I don't need the discouragement on my channel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I faced enough of that adversity growing up, bro. I done heard every negative thing you could hear in the book. And we, all of us here in this chat, we all stepped up from that. We all rised up from that, man. So we don't need no negativity in this chat. Exactly, Gio. It's right when Max B gets all the news of he'll be home. He'll be home in a few years. He'll be home in a few years. And now they all want to talk. Now, but didn't this dude realize that when Max gets home, he's going to be getting a ton more money that he could potentially send back to the jail? Like, doesn't he realize that? Like, if Max gets out of jail, he could potentially send him more money in the future. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, it's like retarded. It's like ridiculous. Let me just plug this in real quick. Charlie Rambo. Yup, that was actually supposed to be the name of the Max B movie, Charlie Rambo. Yeah, French has been keeping it 100 with Max. You could see that they've actually dropped a duet project together last year. They actually dropped a duet project together last year. Mike T. Spark, I appreciate you for following me on the gram, man. That's love, man. I'm going to follow you back right when I get off of this. Um, yeah, salute French Montana. He actually used my interview with Max B on his debut album, so that was love. Marvin in the building says that Pooh has been a bozo. Interesting fact right there from somebody who actually says that he's from 133rd. French wasn't in position to pay for Max's lawyer back then. That was the thing. My bad, guys. I'm all out of juice. French wasn't in position back then to really pay for the lawyer like he is now. You know what I mean? French wasn't really in the position that he's in now back then. They were all really struggling, you know. When Max B got $2,000 or $3,000, the thing in his mind wasn't to spend it on a lawyer. You know, the thing in his mind was to spend it on a good plate of food. The thing in his mind was to, you know what I mean? The thing in his mind was to make sure he had some good clothes on his back, to make sure his children were comfortable. You know, that was Max B's MO back then, you guys. He wasn't putting every $1,000 that he got together to put it towards a lawyer. You know what I mean? They had a lot of other things to worry about back then. You know, these guys literally came from nothing. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. We had a really dope live. We've been going for about an hour. Marvin, nah, I don't think, nah, Max wasn't going to get a deal at MMG. That's not how it was working. Max B already had a record deal at Amalgam Digital. Pooh Sims is mad salty. Pooh Sims is mad salty right now. You know what I mean? Like, he jumped on the gram and he was like, yo, I'm gonna go find another outlet because the outlet I tried to release it on was trash. Pooh Sims called Gully TV's outlet trash or something like that. I might have to do a story about that. About Pooh Sims calling Gully TV trash. Crunchy Black. Yeah, I did an interview with Crunchy Black. I didn't really you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, I did an interview with Crunchy Black. It was cool. He's a jokester. You know what I mean? Crunchy Black is a cool dude. Marvin, you related to Phyllis Hyman? Wow, we got people in the chat right now actually getting together. Ramen. UK boss Don Briscoe was banging Max B. Mikey T, keep it at 100 G. Was popping, Ramsey. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight, man. Anybody in here that actually wants to donate to the Cash App? Anybody in here that actually wants to support this channel? You know what I mean? You can say that you want to support the channel, but if you actually want to support this channel, if you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see me consistently doing this, please donate by Cash App. And the Cash App is Mikey T Movie. I'm going to put it in the chat. If anybody would be gracious enough to donate, it doesn't matter if it's $1, $2, $10. If everybody in the chat could take some consideration to support this channel, I'd appreciate it. King Earner has got to stop jumping out the window with the honor snatching. Yeah, Fly Prolific. Everyone is saying that King Earner most likely will be snatching my honor, but I only think that's because he might not see the whole video and actually understand that I'm actually showing him a lot of respect in this video, because I got a lot of respect for Earner, as I said before, because Earner showed me respect when I went to Philly. Earner made sure that I was good when I went to Philly, stood by him the whole music video shoot, made sure I was straight. I respect King Earner for that day. And, I respect him for jumping on my camera and telling me how much he thought it was dope that I came to North Philly and actually stood beside the men that I get on here on YouTube and I talk about. You know what I mean? Because what would I be? What would I be if I jumped on here and I didn't, you know what I mean? And I didn't go out there and stand beside the men that I hear and I'm here and I support. You know what I mean? It's like living out in PA. If I was living out in PA in the farmland and all I did was stay in the farmland, nah, I'd be traveling. I'd be getting it in. I like to be around the men. Ooh, R-rated in the building, keeping it R-rated. I see. Yo, Spark, appreciate you for tapping in. Prolific, appreciate you for tapping in. Pooh Sims jumped on a phone interview with Max and incriminated himself, calling himself Mr. Tie You Up. Whoa. That could be the reason his appeal got denied. Mr. Tie You Up. Wow. Yo, so guys, I'm about to log out of here for the night. Appreciate everybody for tapping in on this live video. Y'all is real. Y'all is real. Y'all is too real. Anybody got any more questions before I get out of here? We're about to call it a night. Yeah, Gio, you 100% right. I don't be talking about nobody unless they cross the line with me. Everybody thinks, oh, Mikey T said that Smurf over $50. I was never going to jump on the interview and never going to jump on the internet and talk about that until Smurf called me a culture vulture. You know what I mean? Until Smurf called me a culture vulture. How's somebody a culture vulture over $50? So is Max coming out or what, G? Hopefully Max will be out. I read online that it says Max B's coming home in 2025. That's what I read online. That's what I read online, you guys. But I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. This live has been real. If you haven't yet, go check it out. Jojo Capone exposes Gully TV, renames him Girly TV. Go check it out on the page right now, man. You know I love you all for tuning in, man. I got the realest audience. I got the realest audience. And you know what? Y'all got the realest host. Just wait till we get on that next plateau, you guys. Just wait. But until then, we're going to be here talking about the realest shit. Right.